Hello and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Reliant, where this week we'll be concluding our Mirror Universe adventure. I'm your substitute DM, Duncan Idaho. Grumpy Old Lord wasn't feeling good this week, so we are going to run this adventure while he hopefully gets better from the germ infection and not the plague. So with that, I will hand things over to our first player, Chorog, our security officer / Nausicaan stabby person.
Hello, one and all. Pirate Scum Gaming here. I play Chorog the Pirate. I am the security officer aboard the Reliant. And in the Mirror Universe, I'm just a humble florist. I mean you no harm.
Our next person who will not stab me tonight whatsoever, not at all, is our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Eli O'Connor.
Chief Medical Officer, First Officer, and full-time sleepless zombie. I haven't slept in over 24 hours. Please help me.
You should sleep more.
No.
Get a snuggly tardigrade.
I demand coffee.
Sleep.
No.
Sleep.
And with that, we'll move on to our con officer, Kara Junrani.
Hello, everyone. I'm Geraldine. In the regular universe, Kara Junrani is a con officer. In the mirror universe, she's a poor, abused slave.
Who will get ear cuddles tonight. I'll try to do that. We'll see how well that goes. Fingers may be bit. Next, we've got our chief engineer, Rick Deere.
Hello. In the mirror universe, he is grumpy, annoyed, and very likely to kill you. And you probably already know what he's like in the rest.
And lastly, we have our new science officer, Theron.
Actually, that's I believe the engineer, and I think it was engineering.
Where are you engineering?
I am.
I went science.
No, I am not science. I am
I thought you were the operations officer.
the operations
Yeah,
officer.
that's right.
Ops does not equal science. I am the newest
Operations officer.
operations officer aboard the USS Reliant in the main universe. In the mirror universe, I am probably eaten. As we know, Kelpians are quite the delicacy.
Well, by
Aaron
2409,
at age 35, he was delicious.
went great. He went great with teriyaki sauce, but unfortunately, we put a little too much soy sauce on his lower bits, so had to bury those. Rest of them, perfectly scrumptious.
It's a little stringy for my taste.
Kara never got any.
Aww.
Hey, it made a great sushi. Technically, no, sashimi. It was sashimi.
So, with that, let us cut to the seedy bar on the ISS Reliant. Rather than the bright and happy Club 42, it is a dingy and rusty and apparently also has some brick walls in it for some reason, bar where the roughest crew gather to eye each other, drink, trade insults, fight, and also fight. Who is in this mysterious / seedy / foggy bar?
Kara's over at the replicator getting the servitor dietary supplement. And she quickly scurries to a table because apparently there's no one around to kick her. Yay!
Hey. I'm going high school rules. I will wait until people enter this bar.
Hang, I have an interrogation to get to. I can't afford to drink right now. You see,
Oh,
in the
no,
mirror
you can
universe, I take my job seriously.
But at the same time, there's intel to gather from the rest of the crew. They may be disloyal and taking this opportunity to scheme behind your / the captain's back.
I think we already determined that Eli doesn't really care about the captain.
He cares about the Emperor, though. And if the Emperor's assets is destroyed unduly, that's a complication for the Emperor.
He's got a point. Yep, to the bar I go. Just a quick stop before the interrogation.
Still with a baseball bat.
Yep.
Rick Tier comes sort of like half charging in and grabs like this sort of like whiskey-esque I want to say Saurian brandy kind of thing, but it's slightly stronger than Romulan ale.
The bartender, a multi-limbed monstrosity, gives Rick. I've kind of spoiled this now. Gives Rick a look, and the Mirror Universe Hasra says,
Oi, you haven't cleared your tab in a month. You pay for it, or I take the other arm and add it to my collection.
And you will give me the drink, or I won't tell of some other things you'd be doing, say in the Jeffries tubes.
Oh, it's entirely consensual.
By now, Kara, having seen more bridge crew come in, is hiding under the table to keep herself quiet while she eats her nutrient bar.
Well, whether it's consensual or not, I can make things difficult for you, so don't make things difficult for me.
Eli sits down at the bar. Talk, you all just talk. Just stab each other like real men.
As you say.
Hasra will proceed to make a stabbing roll.
Alright, it's a pose check, so I need to open up Mirror Rick as well.
And everybody in the audience is like, fight!
Just remember, I'm the doctor on the ship. I get first dibs on limbs.
Yeah, so this Hasra, what we have in the Prime Universe is a very mysterious food vendor / geneticist from Ifar. In this universe, what you have is basically a boss from Elden Ring. Oop.
Alright. Ooh, I think Hasra's gonna have this over me.
Well, that's a big step.
Can I,
He's
do
got
we
a
have...
lot of stabbing
I'm gonna take a, threat. Give you a threat, Duncan. To get an extra die.
I will proceed to spend 4 threats on you.
Damn.
Okay, so that's, 16 then. Oh, yeah.
Oh! They are evenly matched. They trade parry for parry. It becomes a glorious battle as Hasra leaps onto the bar while Rick Tier makes a series of rolling dodges.
Rick is remarkably agile for a creature his size.
He's lost mass recently.
Well, it's that
it gives him an edge.
That and many things. There is a bandage sort of just sort of covering that up, but he goes
a little more spring in his step.
Yeah, and as they sort of separate to try and get things. How about I pay half?
Half it is.
And with that, he'll pay half the credits that's on his tab.
So, as the bar settles down from another duel, let's see. So, Eli, you've got basically enough of a feel for this location, and Kara, you feel that the getting is fairly good at this point. You don't want to be the second round of entertainment.
Kara starts quietly sneaking out, but then trips over Eli's baseball bat, which lands with a clatter, and she lands with a clatter on the floor.
Hey, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Sorry, sir. She quickly jumps up, puts the baseball bat back, and tries to make a run for it.
Hey, don't you fucking run. If you run, I will chase you down. You're gonna clean that thing.
She stops dead after a step and just turns back around, bows. Yes, sir. She goes to get some wood polish from the replicator. And I swear this is not a euphemism, spends her time polishing Eli's baseball bat. God damn it, Eli, you made me say that.
I'm really glad it's not a euphemism.
technically could be taken that way?
No. It's very
No.
intentionally not.
It is a literal baseball bat.
It's mahogany.
So
Mahogany.
she's
Mahogany.
she's waxing the wood.
Wax on, wax off.
You said it, not me.
She's
What?
making sure
Try
that
again.
she's making sure that his powerful beat stick is ready for use.
This just keeps getting worse. What have we done?
You started it.
I'm just trying to find an appropriate Dragon Ball Z abridged gif.
Mahogany.
Mahogany. So, as this is playing out, Setsa is sitting by herself in the place where they keep prisoners at. The brig, yes, the brig. And is bouncing a small piece of paper against the wall like a bouncy ball. Except it's just not working very well, and she has to pick it up each time. There we go. Eli has found the appropriate gif. Anyway, so she's doing this, and will continue doing this until someone arrives.
Well, I've had my fun. Time to get my bat and go down to investigate.
And it's all shiny because he terrorized the poor little slave girl.
Yes.
Hey, it's the Mirror Universe. People are supposed to be mean.
There will be no narrative comeuppance for this at all. No comeuppance!
If it helps, I wanted someone to be mean to her. Eli did my work for me.
Alright, so Eli, what do you do?
Like I said, going down to interrogation.
Yep, you are going down to interrogation. You pass through the halls. There are many human crew members with tank tops and other sleeveless attire for their uniforms for some reason.
Showing off the guns!
Those fools. I'm showing off my abs.
You are arriving at the brig. The door opens, and you are now standing inside the dimly lit red room.
Alright, gonna close the door behind me, put up a force field, then walk over to the cage of Lady Jagoro.
That's a waves.
Hello, Eli.
Do I know you?
I know the other you.
Well, where are all of you?
Like in our Reliant?
No. Where's everyone else? You know, you're here. Seems like they abandoned you.
Well, I mean, I was in a box and you beamed up the box. Not a whole lot that can be done about that.
Yeah. Here I thought they would have attacked by now. It's getting boring.
Well, you can always throw me back.
Nah, that's boring too. I'm ready to fuck shit up.
Well, I mean, you could do that. Not a whole lot of fun out here, though.
Just make it easy on yourself. Just tell me where they are. You don't want the booth, do you?
I mean, like, they're on Reliant.
And where is the Reliant?
I'm Magellan?
Alright, they're around. That works.
Like, I don't know where exactly in space they are. They're just, like, I'm a science officer. I don't, like, look out the ship and just know exactly where they are.
Eli reaches behind him and pulls the blade of a dagger. A longish dagger, not like one of those little sissy Terran daggers. He pulls a dagger out, turns off the force field, and points it at her. Stay over there in the corner a minute.
Okay. You have any in your shoes, too?
What?
Wait, you don't keep daggers in your shoes?
It's not how that works. What?
Other Eli's cooler.
I mean, he taps the heel of his shoe on the floor, a blade pops out. It's not a dagger.
Oh, okay. Well, that's spiky things, that's good.
Alright, you stay there. He walks over into the cell, pointed at her. The blade pointed at her. Turns to the sunflower's Chorog left. And just cuts it open, just scooping the seeds into one hand. Alright, I got what I needed. He starts to back out and turns the force field back on. Unless she wants to try something.
No, she's being very cooperative.
That's a funny way to say confused.
He
That too.
Eli is now enjoying a nice snack of fresh sunflower seeds, spitting the casings out right in front of him with reckless abandon. He doesn't have to clean it.
That's it.
Setsa says,
Well, I mean, is there anything you want to ask me? Curious about?
Hmm.
I wanted to talk, and then everyone just kind of keeps leaving me in here.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, you guys, what the Mirror Universe is like? I mean, you are just kind of copies of my friends.
And you're just Your friends are just copies of us.
Mhm.
We don't know you. You're something.
he has a long sigh.
Like, do you know someone named Garrick?
No.
One of your really good friends, and, well, I realize, friends with someone like that, so if they're around, might reach out.
That sounds like a weird name.
Oh, he's kind of a weird guy.
What is he?
Have a Lazarus? Oh, Cardassian.
I'm not. Yeah, no. I am a Terran. That obviously half-trilled man says.
Well, I mean, you're Trill,
No,
and your fashion
I
sense
am
is kind of...
Terran.
Oh, okay, you're Terran, but your fashion sense could use some work.
That's rich coming from you.
I mean, yeah,
You look like
Starfleet
you
stuff
walked
isn't
blindfolded
great,
through a clearance section of a thrift store.
but that's Starfleet for you.
Well, at least you know how screwed you are.
Well, like, I can wear other stuff, too. It's just, on duty, you've got to wear the blue stuff. Or the red or the yellow. People apparently don't get confused. Things are weird like that.
What was my objective here again, by the way? What did
I
Graves...
don't know. You went down to the
Yours-
interrogator.
no.
Mirror Graves sent me down here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
you're
remember
supposed
what
to
it
be
was
interrogating
for.
her for information. Yeah, so it's just to get, information from her. But no one was specific about what you should be gathering. And she clearly doesn't know the location of the other Reliant, has been giving you as much information as she could be reasonably expected to give you. You're kind of sitting there awkwardly like, oh, well, there's a person here.
I'm just trying to kill time and look like I'm doing my job.
He was
Yeah,
really
so-
hoping she'd resist and he could beat the shit out of something. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
So sad.
yeah, so what, here's another bone to throw out. You also have internal objectives on the ship. And that doesn't necessarily include overthrow the captain. It could be dissidents on the ship and other individuals you suspect might not be 100% loyal to the Emperor, who may be supporting one of the other pretenders, or
Sure.
Tilly. So you have to ferret out other relationships. You have an unknown here with Setsa. So is there any way you could use her for internal gain?
You know, that's a good idea. Eli looks at her. Anyone else been through here yet?
Well, your Chorog delivered the sunflower seeds.
Ah, you figured as much.
Now, Chorog, is there anything special in the sunflower seeds?
Maybe there is, maybe there isn't.
I'm literally snacking on them. I kind of
He's snacking on them en masse. If there is something in here, he might feel it.
Hope and love.
Damn.
Or perhaps a neural paralyzer.
Eli, make a roll. Medicine fitness.
There went Chorog's nice and kind act.
We actually bring up the sheet since I forgot to. Sorry about that. Bad cough.
Oh, worries.
Alright, so you said fitness medicine?
Fitness medicine.
2d20, 14, and would interrogation and/or emergency medicine help?
I will say emergency medicine would apply as a focus.
Oh boy.
2 successes! You notice that there is a neural paralyzer in the sunflower seeds. However, thanks to your unique physiology, as well as conditioning, imperial conditioning, and medical training, you are able to pass off the neural paralyzer, and it comes off a little bit like wasabi.
Ooh, he added spice to these ones. He's getting better. Here, try some. He opens the force field again and holds a handful out.
You said spicy, right?
Yeah, like wasabi.
I don't really like wasabi. Do you have any other ones?
I don't know, it's just what's in the flour.
Tetsu shrugs and takes some.
You are a fool. That's out of character.
Okay, so... Oh boy.
It's gonna be fun. Oh no.
Tetsu falls flat on her face. After eating just like 2.
Oh god, he's killed the prisoner!
Just another Tuesday.
Oh, it's no big deal. Just tell the captain. Happens all the time.
See, since she had it from the sunflower seed, I can blame Chorog if she is dead.
Okay. So, she has just gone down in front of you, after eating the sunflower seeds, which you know are poison.
He sighs.
The captain has also given you an instruction to interrogate the prisoner. You have no useful information, and the prisoner could be dead.
I know. That's why I'm about to do some medical stuff. I'm still a doctor. Kinda.
Okay.
There's no
Alright.
Hippocratic oath in the Empire.
So, if you're going to perform emergency medicine on Setsa, give me a roll. And I'm going to be spending 6 threat.
Do we even have 6 threat?
I've got total of, starting off, I think my total it's 3 per person? Yeah, so I started off with 15. I got 1 from the initial roll with Rick, so right now I'm down to 6. 4 after this.
Alright. So what kind of roll is this? This is medicine, what?
Let's go with control, actually insight medicine, because you have to figure out what the exact toxin is first.
It's
That's kind of
wasabi.
most of the game. Not wasabi. Wasabi doesn't do that to Ibby.
You don't know. Okay, you probably know that. You wrote them. So
Okay.
16, they're 6 threats, so that's
Down to 14.
14. Alright, good. I promise I'm not an idiot, I'm just bad at math.
3 successes! You are able to quickly rouse Setsa and basically leave her with only a light hangover.
Hey, it wasn't that bad. You're overreacting.
I have to ask, was this New York CPR?
Yes.
New York CPR, for those who don't know, is standing over somebody going, "Get up before you fucking die!"
Setsa looks up at Eli and goes,
What happened? Wasabi?
Yeah, wasabi.
That was terrible wasabi.
I think you might be right.
Anything
You're
else?
little-
I go to bed.
Perhaps. Who else was down here? I was told someone else was down here besides Flower Boy.
Cute little rat raptor Kara person?
Oh, Collar. Yeah.
He got nice tail. Wanna go sleep?
Just answer a few questions. What did you and her talk about?
That he's slave and cute.
Cute? You must have seen the wrong person. That thing isn't cute.
And fuzzy and cute.
Listen to me. The captain wanted me to talk to you about some things. What can you tell me? Like, is there anything else you can let me know? Anything suspicious?
Graves kind of keeps avoiding me. Both your Graves and mine.
Really, now? Do you have any idea why that might be?
No, not really. Starfleet's been hard on him a little bit and trying to find some time, but things just kind of not working out.
Is there anything else you might have heard? Because I gotta make sure that idiot doesn't get himself killed.
Well, my Graves or your Graves? Because I still haven't seen your Graves.
He's up there. I mean him, not yours. Why would I be protecting yours?
I don't know. I don't know anything about your Graves. I want to talk to him.
Well, he wanted to talk to you. He's just sending me down to... What's the term?
Bad
this-
wasabi.
Hey. I didn't know the wasabi was bad. You see that? That's Flower Boy's fault right there.
Sunflowers shouldn't be spicy.
Well, I'm not sure what kind of flavoring he put in it.
and with that, Setsa just kind of passes out.
Ah, lightweights. He continues eating sunflower seeds as he puts the force field back up.
All right, let me just do it. I'm just doing a quick roll here.
Okay. Just as you're leaving, you get a call on your comm badge.
Yo.
Do you need any extra assistance in interrogation? I have a few devices that may be quite effective in loosening your tongue.
Are you questioning my skill, my worth ethic? What the hell do you do?
I'm merely asking if you would like to make use of materials to further enhance yourself.
Enhance. I'm trying really hard not to make a give me a hand pun. After everything you've been through, that's just too easy. But no, I don't need any assistance.
And with that, after the hand, you start talking, but you realize he's already cut off the comm.
Yep. Well, he's on the list.
All right, Eli. You now have enough to report to Graves about something, maybe? But it seems like this Rick fellow is a higher priority than, satisfying the idiot upstairs' curiosity. And with that, we cut back over to the USS Reliant, where Rick Tier, Chorog, and others have been working on a way of detecting the ISS Reliant from their garbage scow disguised ship. You have worked out some ways of trying to detect where the Reliant could be hiding within the system. It's got to be close by within transporter range, but it's figuring out exactly where it is.
So these are sort of the ranges we're looking at with the transporter enhancement beam that we found on the station. So these are the sort of areas, from what I see of the scans, we can sort of clear out this section because there's simply nothing there for them to hide behind. But what do you guys think?
Kara spends a minute looking over the chart.
4 successes.
Kara just stabs at a point. There. They're there. It's within the transporter range. It has cover from those asteroids. It's relatively easy to navigate, and their cloaking system would work well within that region.
Don't want to be too dense, otherwise it'll random meteorite will hit the hull. Don't want it too sparse, otherwise it won't mask the readings.
Graves nods. Yeah, it looks like that location has all those optimal priorities.
Trust me, I know navigation. If I wanted to hide, that's where I'd be.
Alright, so how do we make our approach?
Hold on a sec. Prime Eli comes in with a jar in his hands. Guys, I got the head to start talking.
How dare you disrespect property of the Empire, A bottle gets shoved in the mouth. Kara blinks and looks over. Well, it is talking. Does it say anything useful?
It might. I'm a doctor, not an interrogator.
Well, alright, make sure he doesn't, get out and bite anyone, and I guess keep him on hand for prisoner. He's got a mouth.
I know, but how's he going to get to anyone that isn't already in range?
Roll!
Well, just keep people out range. Just keep your fingers away. So, anyway, though, I mean,
I'm going to put a hand
it seems like pretty straight. Basically, it seems like it's a pretty easy prisoner exchange, if nothing else. So, keep him on hand, keep him protected, make sure he doesn't blow himself up, and I guess try to learn anything you can from him, but I don't think he's a priority at this moment.
Prisoner exchange. Given what I know of the Terran Empire, that seems very optimistic, sir.
Well, it's another version of me, and if I know me, I'm going to think the Terran Empire is a bunch of idiots.
If they don't want him, can I keep him?
Maybe.
It would be an
Talk to the
interesting.
Daystrom Institute first, though.
It would be an interesting project rebuilding him a body, and
I am concerned on a number of levels.
Oh, you wanted to put him back in the body.
Well, keeping him as a head is a little unethical, so let's just... If nothing else, we'll just give him back to the Terrans.
I mean, Daystrom Institute, they'd probably want to take a look at this.
Alright, fine. Alright, so let's focus here, guys.
Right.
At a likely location, we need to get Reliant in range.
Oh, I was going to say I did my job, but I suppose there's more to my job now.
Well, Chorog, what do you think?
Well,
Preferred approach?
instead of taking the whole ship in there and risk him spotting the whole ship, why don't we just take my shuttle? It's small, and we could mask its signature just to look like floating to space debris. It's small enough it can evade their sensors.
Remember, we also
let's try to-
have the transporter enhancer, so we could, if we were to be able to narrow down a further location, we could beam from somewhere without...
You probably need an active scan to be able to identify the internal geometry of the ship, or else you're probably going to beam yourself into a wall.
Well, my shuttle has advanced warp signature masking. I can get in pretty close without them spotting me.
Also, I should
getting
point
in pretty
out,
close and...
we have the cloaking device the Ferengi gave us, provided it works and doesn't burn out.
Alright, let's do a two-pronged approach. Let's try to the shuttle and also cloak at the same time. If one approach runs into trouble, the other can step in and rescue.
We better give that cloaking device a good once-over, make sure it 100% meshes with the systems of my shuttle. Don't forget, my shuttle has been modified from the standard shuttle.
Well,
we're going to use the
for
cloaking
the
device.
Reliant, and it's already been installed by a bunch of robots and a Ferengi, all
Fair
of
enough.
questionable ability.
Yeah, so we're not going to transplant the cloaking device onto the shuttle. Let's just keep it on here on Reliant. Rick, take a look at that. Chirag, keep looking at your shuttle. And Theron, be ready for the away team.
All right. Ready for the away team.
I said...
And hey, if you do want to transfer something to your shuttle, Eli's got a head in a jar.
Head in the jar might come in handy for security. Eli, do you want to handle head in a jar operations?
I think we should give him a name. Just head in a jar seems too long.
I mean, he is Bryce.
I know, but we already have a Bryce. Something with a B. Let's name him Bjorn.
Well,
Okay,
Bjorn is
he's
significantly more metallic than our Bryce anyway.
Alright, so you handle Bjorn. Maybe he comes in handy. Maybe he's a useful piece of negotiation. So, let's get in there and just see what we can do to find the ISS Reliant and get Jagoro back.
Righto, headed back to the bridge. You follow when, you can stand up.
Okay, I'll keep tabs on things from down here. Alright, you have the bridge.
And with that slightly disturbing giggle/chuckle, Kara heads for the bridge.
I'll be in my shuttle, making the necessary preparations.
And I'll
Alright.
go with him with the head. Let's go, Bjorn.
Rick will be doing a full-on diagnostic on the cloaking device.
And then, Theron, I'll proceed with the away team, and I'll have Larissa join you down there as well.
All right.
So for the away team, we've got Theron, Larissa, and Ensign Steve. I wonder which one won't make it back.
Out of here. I have a good feeling about this one, guys. Gonna be quite the team building adventure. I'll go first. No, I'm not saying a red shirt. So the red shirt, if you need it, is Bjorn.
Wait, Bjorn? What?
I was about to say, what are we going to do? Put a disruptor pistol in his mouth and hope he targets the right people?
Well, I mean, if you're in a firefight, put him on a stick, lift him in the air, and I'm over here, and they shoot it, and yeah, you work that one out.
Or you could take and stick a photon grenade in his mouth and just kind of roll him towards the enemy.
The captain has now given us winging it privileges. Everything's going to go fine.
So, you could just throw him, and he's probably just gonna bite, and everything. So, anyway. So you are now given your directives, and you're able to now proceed. So, Kara, I need let's see, control con roll.
You got it.
Actually, no. Presence con. You're flying casually.
You got it.
Charog, you and the away team are now going to be departing from the ship, and again, trying to fly casually. You will have to make the same roll.
2 successes.
Which one am I making?
Con control.
So, since she's flying a clump ship, Kara sputters the thrusters out of control and sends the ship tumbling end over end on a direct collision course toward an asteroid.
Lowercase d.
Actually, he forgot. Oh, yeah, it's lowercase.
2 successes for you both. So you're both able to proceed towards the location you have identified for the ISS Reliant without complication. The Reliant is tumbling end over end. Sirens are starting to blare on the ship for collision warning. Ensign Moon is looking quite unhappy.
Oh, someone turn that damn thing off. I got it under control.
Waitley just casually flips the switch. He is the only one besides Kara on the bridge that is maintaining perfect composure.
Jeez, I swear to God, I don't think any of you guys would last on an actual Packlet ship.
That I went with Shorog.
Meanwhile,
So,
Chorog
Chorog.
expertly pilots his shuttle into position without managing to get noticed.
So you now need to try to identify if there's a ship actually there. So give me, and people on this shuttle can help, a science insight roll. 2 successes and 1 complication. Eli, do you want to assist?
How can I assist?
It's a science insight roll. You're scanning for the Reliant using passive sensors. Just trying to identify, is there something there? I will say, you do have 2 momentum built up. So if you want to re-roll that 20, you can spend those 2 momentum to do so. Or you can save them.
Well, yeah, do I re-roll or does Chorog?
Oh, this is for this is for the group.
Okay.
Because Charog rolled 2 successes, 1 complication. You've got 2 momentum.
Re-roll the complication, trust me.
Yeah.
It can't get any worse.
You say that now.
No, it literally can't. It's not like we can go 2 complications at once.
Alright. If you want Charog, you can re-roll, and spend those 2 momentum.
Well, yeah, because the
is-
shuttle needs to maintain its warp field masking signature so that it doesn't get spotted. In other words,
So
it needs
you
to
can
act like a
re-roll
big giant
with a-
hole in space.
Yeah, so you need 1d29.
You said 1d29?
1d20 space 9. So your same roll, just with 1 dice. No successes on the reroll, but you do have 2 successes from the 1 on your previous roll. So you are able to detect that the Reliant is there, and you're also able to roughly work out its the relative location of good entry spots for docking with the Reliant based on the configuration of the USS Reliant. The 2 are mysteriously identical.
Exactly identical?
Mysteriously identical. As in, despite the fact that it's built from a separate universe, it is basically the USS Reliant.
I know, but I'm saying is it exactly identical? Because if so, does that mean they have the...
Not 100% identical, but
they don't have
they
the
do
time deck.
oddly have... They do have an extra deck. It probably just doesn't have a time machine on it.
Okay.
In other words, all the docking ports are in the right place.
Yeah, so you're able to pull into a docking board, and you can try, at this point, well, you've got 2 options. Their shields are down, so you can try beaming on board, or you can try a physical docking maneuver. Both could be detected. It's a question of which method you want to use to try to gain access to the ship.
Oh, we could try docking, but that might set off every alarm on the damn ship, and that's the last thing we need.
Unless we had codes. He looks down at the jar in his hands.
So do you think your floating head buddy there can talk to their computers?
Well, maybe we could plug him in. I'm not exactly a computer hacker, so I can't just, rewrite him, but...
Do you want to try plugging him in to a panel?
This is going to go horribly wrong. Okay, what do you think? This is your ship, Chorog.
I think this is the point at which the DM asks, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
I'm sure I don't want to do it,
Are
but
you
then
sure
again,
you
I
want-
want to do it.
Okay, so you can either try plugging him into your own shuttle, or using the transporter to effectively plug him in to an external docking port. As in, like, the computer system, you can sort of beam out the hatch, and then beam him, like, into a physical connection with the circuitry there.
Yeah, that second one's nicer.
Yeah, besides, I don't know if he's full of viruses. I don't need some kind of weird Terran virus, playing Tellarite opera on my damn shuttle.
I'm
Okay,
sure.
I hope we
if you
get
wanna
the
do
head
this,
back.
I'm gonna-
History.
I hope we get the head back. I just realized we haven't found out if it can run Doom yet.
Of course you can run Doom.
Okay,
Duke 3D.
so for this
Run
plan,
Crisis on max
you
settings.
need-
though.
you need control, and I'll have Eli as the primary. Chorog can assist with 1 dice on a control engineering roll. And I'm going to be spending 5 threat.
Well, I'm going to use my once-in-a-session talent. I'm a doctor, not an engineer, which lets me use my medical skill for engineering.
Okie dokie. And are you able to use any determination? Go try
Prob-
using that to get an extra dice.
Nah, I don't need extra dice. And where I'm going, I don't need extra dice.
Okay.
And
One of my focuses is criminal enterprises. Would that not include hacking?
I will say this is a crazy scheme for trying to gain access to somewhere you shouldn't be, so this would be a criminal enterprise. So your your critical range is equal to your engineering score.
alright, and does my prosthetics and cybernetics count
Okay.
as I'm working on like a robot?
Cybernetics would, yes.
Okay, so
Alright.
So I can roll 1d20 space 14 space 4.
1d20, 14, space 4, space 15, because I spent 5 threat.
I'll wait for the good doctor here to roll.
2 successes from Eli. Oh, god damn it. 3 successes from you guys, which is the value I needed for this to work. As you do this, you notice that the bit of cloaking field around the hull panel, around the port in question, fades off. And it doesn't like Reliant has detected this, and it looks like that particular bit of the ship is dead. You can basically just clip on and open that door without raising an alarm. And you can also beam back the head.
Well, Chorog, I have to say, I think we're geniuses.
Nah, I don't know about geniuses. I think we're just lucky right now.
I so wanted a complication there!
Good geniuses are a mix of both, don't worry.
All right, beam back the head, and I'll lock on.
Larissa is just face palming in the back of the shuttle.
Alright, we take the head back. We're gonna run Doom on them later.
Wait, isn't that the universal time travel code from Bender?
If you're talking about what I put in game time chat, I was just mashing 0 and 1.
I'm gonna
okay.
listen to a binary translator, just watch it come out of
So-
something.
Okay, so you're able to now dock onto the ISS Reliant. You dock onto the ISS Reliant. The door's open. What do you do?
Well, shit, I didn't think we'd get this far.
Well, first we need to see if we can scan for Setsa.
Alright, do you want to scan?
Let's see, what would that be? Inside security?
Insight science. Insight science. Actually, no, for you, insight security, let's say. You're going to be scanning for any sign of a comm badge or tracking part, or here Borg implants. 1 success, 1 complication. You kind of get a general idea of where Setsa is. A Terran crew member is now staring at you through the open doorway.
Oh, I was gonna do something.
Okay,
Down the hallway walks a strange alien who notices the doors open, looks over, and eeps.
Drog sees the strange creature and just goes, boo!
She takes off running down the hallway.
That's smart to do, now we have a witness that...
Stupid tourist.
Okay, yeah, we got a witness, cool.
And she is very fast.
Well, let's work fast while we still have the time.
I would like to point out this is the second time that Prime Universe Chorag has terrified Mirror Universe Kara.
We need to move. We need to sweep fast, find Kara, get her out of here, and if anyone interferes, we incapacitate them. 0 body count this time.
Okay, I just realized, why did we have to scan when they're probably holding her in the brig, and if this is an exact copy of our ship, we know where the brig is?
We don't know the inside layout of this ship. It's smart moves.
Okay,
We need to know exactly where to head and the fastest way to get there. I don't want to be roaming around this ship, walking to a room full of Terrans. Then I got a problem on my hands.
I don't know, it sounds like a fun time for you.
Exactly. I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to do a rescue mission. Fun. Rescue now, fun later.
Mirror Universe Kara runs into a swarthy Tellarite.
Literally?
Yes.
Thump! She falls back on her back. Ow.
Oi, what you do there?
Sorry, there was a... Down the hall, it's scary man, Fang Face.
So, the Mirror Universe Ged looks down at Kara, lifts up an eye patch, shifts it to the other eye, lowers it down, and says, "Oi, aren't you supposed to be working on what's you working on today? The hydroponics or the slave pit or whatever? You're not on your duty station."
I was going, but there was a Fang Face man, and I ran.
He lifts up a remote control, points it at Kara's collar, and presses the button.
And for a split second, nothing happens. But then...
Electric Boogaloo time.
Oh, god damn it.
No successes on that roll.
Kara is actually so stunned she just reaches up and puts her hand to her neck. What?
Ged tries to push the button again. Blasted thing out of batteries? He opens it up. Mirror Ged is so concerned with the remote control that, yeah, you've got an opening.
Kara, sensing an opportunity here that she has never had before, leaps up and just bites the fuck out of him.
He goes down screaming, "Ack!"
Kara now takes off running, again, in a different direction.
Kara has realized that her sleeve collar is no longer on. Probably because once Setsujiguro disabled it with her Borg mental implants. Speaking of which, as Setsa sleeps, 2 small tubules from her arm have latched onto the deck plating. Mayor Rick Tier,
Yes.
you are in engineering. I will have you do an insight engineering roll on whatever stats you think are appropriate. I'll spend my last threat.
Would this be counted as power systems or warp field dynamics or experimental technology?
I would say power systems because you would notice a fluctuation in the energy readings first.
Okay. How many threat was it?
My last one.
Okay, so 19.
Your successes, you realize...
Yeah, I know, it's right.
Yeah, that's right. So you realize that your systems have been compromised. That there is another entity trying to gain control of the USS Reliant. I will also have you make a command presence roll.
Okay, that is...
command insight.
Insight command, yeah.
Yeah.
Another
2 successes. You realize that this could be associated with the prisoner.
The warp drain is also probably. I know my ship would probably count into that because this is figuring out a property where the drain where like problems are coming from within our own ship, which I need to double check.
So you now have the problem of needing to contain what looks like an infection of local control systems. So you know where it's probably coming from. So you could try to make a fix.
All right, I am going to start.
the other thing I'll say is that your ship has been compromised, and it's due to the prisoner. However, is there any way you can make the situation work to your advantage in laying the blame on someone else for political games among your mirror crew members?
Oh, I think that's probably really potential is Dr. Eli there. So Rick T will first he'll access the logs to see who was the last person to visit the brig, visit the prisoner.
That is first officer Eli O'Connor.
It's not Mick O'Connor, actually, in this universe.
Oh, so yeah,
McManus.
But it could be first episode if he gets his own pilot. A spinoff.
Yes. So anyway, it's the first officer, Eli.
Okay, and then he's going to tap his badge. Captain, there is something happening in the brig. The systems are attempting to being overwritten. Control is being interrupted. The McManus was the last one to visit the prisoner. I believe it has something to do with both of them.
Graves sighs. You damn it. Alright, well, take care of it, and I'll put the crew on alert for Eli.
And Rick will start doing his best to counteract the Borg virus.
Meanwhile, a shipwide announcement goes out. Crew of the ISS Reliant. This is Captain Graves. We have, he sighs, another code for do your best to incapacitate or take down the traitor for the glory of the Terran Empire, yada yada yada. It's Eli this time. We'll see how this works out. Graves out. And
Also,
wherever Eli is, every crew member around him turns around and grins.
Also,
Code 4 is a take down the traitor by any means. It is a regular occurrence on Terran vessels.
Well, ain't that a kick in the dick? Alright, well, I wanted some fun. Let's go.
Also, meanwhile, the camera cuts to a shot of a very small alien crawling very quickly through a Jeffries tube. And then back to wherever, it's important the camera be.
While this is going down, both Chorog and Eli are quickly making their way to the brig.
And
So
strangely,
there's
so is Carta.
There's the distant sound of weapons fire, screaming, and knives.
And the thudding of wood on flesh.
And it should
Okay,
be
I could
noted,
have worded that a lot better.
Chorog looks to Eli and says, "Reminds me of the good old days."
it should also be noted that, given this is a Terran ship, there's going to be at least some of them who just suddenly side with Eli. Because they can.
Yes.
He's the first officer. He doesn't have his own...
He's got minions.
Yeah.
Firefights are breaking out across the ship.
It's funny because he was going to head down to engineering to chew Rick Tier out about the torture things.
Oh, your objective as MU or Mirror Eli is to get to engineering through the combat zone that has erupted. Away team, Theron, Chorog, and regular Eli, plus Larissa. You have now noticed that firefights have broken out. Not towards your direction, though. The Terran crew appears to be fighting each other.
Good. We could use this distraction to our advantage. Means I've moved away security forces away from the brig. Let's move. We need to get there.
All right. So, all right. So you're able to move through the brig with only occasional skirmishes with the rest of the crew.
I think they go after second Eli. Like, wait, what's he doing over here? Wasn't he over there?
There's a crew member that shouts over to Eli, "Sir, I will follow you to hell itself," and he gets shot in the back.
Well, shit.
That's not how you shoot someone in the back.
It's the safest way to shoot a man.
Aim for the base of the neck, not the mass of the back.
Mirror Universe Chorog, you are also free to participate in the unintended insurrection in whatever way you see fit.
Oh, Mirror Chorog is still in his biology lab, entering floral samples, when a random Terran crewman busts in, demanding his loyalty. Well, I'm sorry. What did you say? You need to come. You need to come a little closer. I cannot quite hear you from over there.
I said, are you here to swear loyalty to the one and true leader of the starship? Handed to us by the grace of the Emperor and the ghost of our former Emperor Boimler. May his body rest in peace now it's been pecked apart by vultures.
No, actually, I'm here to kill you. As Chorog springs around and floral wire in his hands performs a Luca Brazzi on him.
He is now dead.
Silly Terran. As Chorog takes his boot and kicks the body over into a corner.
Body.
Oh, if only they knew about me.
That's good fertilizer, that is.
I will also say, for the record, that body also had purple hair.
Is that supposed to mean something to all of us? Because I
like the color purple. I always wanted that to add to my collection. As he goes over and snips off a good chunk.
Yeah, I don't remember who has purple hair. Sorry. I know there's probably somebody that does. Uh-oh.
The individual you have killed looks very much like Boimler if he's wearing a really bad disguise. And a fake mustache.
He's not dead yet.
He'll make good fertilizer for my carnivorous plants.
I'm not dead yet.
Chorog stomps on his neck. Oh, but you are.
No, I'm not.
Face it, this is like trying to kill Mustafa. It's gonna cause more and more pain, but it's never actually gonna work.
God damn
Chorog
it,
buries his boot heel in his Adam's apple and just
No,
down.
I'm just coming in as DM. You cannot kill him. No matter how brutal you get, so let's not go there.
It's funny because...
Well, the thing is about fertilizer is fertilizer doesn't need to be dead.
And you are now able to proceed out of the ship.
It's funny because Duncan was literally talking about that last time for something completely different.
Yes, I have combined the two ideas now.
Just let me know when we get to the brig.
Alright, you have arrived. The security team from Reliant has arrived at the brig.
And before Chorog leaves his lab, he helps himself to the dagger on the almost dead, somewhat very seriously hurt, in quite a lot of pain, Boimler lookalike. He won't be needing this.
So, yes, security team has arrived at the brig, as well as anyone else who's been trying to get to the brig.
The away team sees that down the hall, after they break in, one of the air vents falls to the floor and then comes through that strange short alien again.
Chorog hears the great hit the floor, turns around and sees said small alien. What, you again? Did I scare you enough the last time?
She sneers at him, her teeth gleaming sharp. Oh, sod off. I'm not here for you. She runs over to the wall and bites into the security panel. And let's see how this goes for me.
Yes, so you're going to be rolling a security daring. Actually, engineering daring.
If only
And
we
I
had
have no
some
more
threat.
threat.
Damn.
Nope.
Unsuccessful complication, which is probably about as well as that could have gone.
You bite in and are immediately thrown back as the panel explodes.
Oh, that doesn't look ideal.
But the security force field around all the jail cells fizzle out.
Eli.
Try to help her.
I was just about to say I was going to do that. You didn't need to tell me.
I'm a doctor. You don't have to tell me to help people.
This is literally my job.
Larissa sighs and enters the brig.
Hey,
Inside.
Doctor?
On variety.
Is she supposed to be, attached to the floor?
No. No.
I better go take a look.
Yeah, this
Larissa tries to lift Setsa and finds that there's two of her tubules are latched into the floor.
We'll just see if you could snip them. 3's not here.
It's not gonna hurt. Just try waking her up.
Okay, yeah, that might be the better alternative. Let's not do any bodily harm. I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus on this patient that might have just gotten a lethal electric shock. Let's test this out.
So, you're finding that basically Kara from the Mirror Universe has just been dazed. So she'll be up and at him very quickly given her physiology. You can try giving a wake-up stim for her. So that would be a reason medicine roll from Eli. You can basically just toss the stim over to Larissa.
Reason, so 2d20, 14. I'm assuming I have a focus for this. Emergency medicine, xenobiology, something.
Oh yeah, you're totally focused. 2 successes from Eli, and whatever Kara is rolling, also 2 successes. So Eli, you're able to prepare a wake-up stim that is effective. So you are able to toss this to Larissa. Larissa applies it to Setsa, and Setsa just looks up groggily after a moment and says,
"Are you a good witch or a bad witch?"
Trog leans over sarcastically and says, "No, I'm a turkey sandwich."
No, see, you missed a great point. Chorog should have leaned over and said, "Good, bad. I'm the one with the disruptor."
No, I'm saving that for the security.
So, you hear that in the background, that was a small cat.
I hear
If Kara is now awake, what she rolled was to check the different cells to see if there was anybody else who could aid in the escape. And believe it or not, she has found 2 people. A bruised and battered Bolian and a very disgruntled-looking Terran woman. Kara chuckles.
You now have 2 people!
Not everybody was loyal to the captain. There's been more people thrown in here than just your girl.
Well, while you guys are doing that, Trog tries to secure the scene and try to fend off the advancing Terran guards.
They are busy fighting each other. Setsa points at
Kara and says, that one's Mirror Kara.
Oh. What happened?
When the Emperor's top scientists aim phasers at you and tell you to pick up the stupid glowy green rock, you pick up the stupid glowy green rock.
That sounds like uranium. I don't want to touch uranium. Not again.
I don't know what it was, and I don't care anymore. Are we getting off this ship or not? That's why you're here, right? So you must have a way out.
Yeah, we do. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got a way out, all right.
Larissa nods and says, "Are we taking these other 2 with us?"
Yes, power to the people. That's what that means. Let's go. They're with us.
They're the only ones.
Right,
only ones who were ever kind to me. We should probably take them because they don't belong here.
As first officer, I hereby grant you refugee status. There, let's go.
Good. Let's get the hell out.
All right. As you are proceeding through the decks, there's a large explosion and a security force field goes up right in front of you. You are close and you can reroute, but you'd have to reroute through main engineering, where Eli and Rick are facing off.
Kara goes over and takes a look at it. Don't tell anyone, but I've gotten pretty good at bypassing security. I might be able to take this down, although I'm going to do this differently than the last one I did.
Yeah, I don't know if your heart can take any more shock, so let's not do that one again.
Just tell me what to shoot and I'll shoot it.
Setsa groggily says,
I've been able to interface with their systems. I could try to... I could try to bring it down?
Is it safe on the other side, or, this just went up all of a sudden, so...
It's not safe anywhere on this ship.
I'm saying, did it depressurize?
There was a large explosion. You can't tell just by looking at it if there's been a decompression in the hull. It's just a damaged section of It's a damage section. So you can just run through main engineering as the alternative, as the Terran crew members are facing off against each other.
Power goes up and decides to punch a code into the nearby panel just to see what'll happen. Since I do have, security bypassing is a focus, let's see what happens.
Let us see what happens.
What's the role you want from me this time?
Engineering daring.
I can back her up with my mechanical tinkering.
Yeah,
two
there we go.
successes. You're able to bring down the force field. You also realize that the pressure is indeed lower. You can run through, but you best do it quickly because this section could lose further structural integrity.
Well, I can hold on with my feet, so I hope the rest of you know what you're doing. She books it.
So Larissa just says, "All right, let's go," and just ushers the group on.
I'm gonna go.
Go, I'll lead through. I'll hold up the rear.
As we cut to main engineering.
Mir Eli is walking in, baseball bat on his shoulder, couple men behind him, looking over to Rick Tier. Yo!
First, Duncan, did you get my message?
No, I did not get your best. Just a second. I'm gonna veto that one.
Yeah, that's why
I've got another idea.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd message you just to...
Yeah, I've got another idea, so, to escalate things, but it's on a different track.
Okay. Rick sees... Rick is at a console at the moment, sort of furiously tapping away with just this one hand as he looks over to Eli, growls, and looks back to the console. I'm busy undoing your mess, so beat it.
My mess?
Your
My mess? Oh, this is making more sense. I was just coming down here to chew you out, but... it's making way too much sense.
The prisoner that we brought with us has been somehow tampering with our systems. You were the last one
mean
there.
The Borg,
it was
dumbass.
Well,
you're the one that brought her on.
You are the first in command. It's your responsibility to keep her in line.
If you want to keep her in line so damn bad, go snip off the Borg bits. That's an engineering problem, not a me problem.
Well,
right now, you've made this a fucking me problem. So, come here. We're gonna have some fun. Let's dance.
And okay, as Rick pulls out a disc from his pocket and just chucks it towards Eli. It's reminiscent of the explosive puck that we saw at the end of last episode.
I want to hit it with my baseball bat back at him. Midair.
And
what is a roll?
Duncan is muted.
Oh.
Okay. So, opposed rolls. So, for throwing an explosive device, I will give a fitness security for Rick. And then for hitting it back, a daring security for Eli.
Would sabotage work on this?
Unless you've sabotaged your own explosive device.
No, okay. Can I pull in a determination here? Everyone is out to get me.
Yes, everyone is out to get you right now.
So I'll use that to grant an automatic crit.
All right.
So that's
hold on a second.
3 successes.
Hold on just a moment. I have to check my talents for this.
And while you're looking that up, we might as well just take our break. We've gone more than halfway. But yeah, let's just call this a short 5-minute break while Eli looks up his talents. We resume. We recording, Rick?
Yep.
Okie dokie. So we resume the battle in progress. A explosive device has just been thrown at Mirror Universe Eli O'Connor, who has decided to attack it with a baseball bat.
Yeah. And so my thing lowered the successes, up the difficulty, lowered the. However that worked, right?
So-
Yeah, it's just two things that I've increased difficulty, but for the sake of making this fair in a direct contest between two players, I'm going to waive that.
Wait.
At
Generally,
least as far as this.
generally opposing rolls have a difficulty of 1 or whatever they're set, and then everything over that is based on the momentum. So you still actually have to roll really good. The success is based on the momentum comparatively, not estimate.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Did I show you the perks that I got? Talents?
Yeah, the thing
I'll
is,
send
you're
them to
increasing the
Rick.
difficulty by 2. Yeah, so send them to Rick, but it's basically, you're increasing the difficulty of people trying to kill you by 2. But I do want to make this a fair contest for drama's sake. So stacking things a little too far, where it's like, if Rick needs 2 more successes on top of just simply trying to match your roll, that's a little one-sided.
Fair enough.
We'll see how this works out. Yeah, you're already 2 successes to his 1. So, but yeah, any environmental hazard though, I'll definitely apply that stuff. Or if any other NPC tries to, or any other character gets you, but you're in a dramatic confrontation. There's lots of fire around this point too, just from all the weapons fire, all the miscellaneous fights that have been breaking out, and system failures occurring throughout the ship. So you are able to whack the explosive device with your baseball bat, and it goes rocketing back across the room, exploding just a bit closer to Rick than to Eli. No, it doesn't deal any damage, but it's a little bit more of a inconvenience for Rick on the follow-up move. So, Eli, what do you do?
I'm going to take my dagger and throw it at him.
You throw your dagger. Control security. And to dodge, daring security from Rick.
I'm guessing this close quarter combat doesn't count here either. I know it's a knife. I'm just stabbing
It's
him from a
a ranged-
distance.
It's a ranged attack.
It's a stab from a distance.
He catches the knife. With 3 successes versus 1.
I am in my home territory of engineering. Are there any traps that I could deploy?
You could blow up various consoles around you.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna blow up the console nearest to, Eli.
All right. As I'm going to say, this counts as environmental hazard. Let us do apply Nick's talents here. So you've let's increase the difficulty of the attack by 2.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take.
And then for a roll,
I'm gonna give you 3 threat for an extra 2 dice.
okay, I've got 4 threat now. So, Eli, it's fitness security to just throw yourself out of the way.
What's the numbers?
Control security, control engineering for Rick, and it's +2 for the difficulty for you.
Okay. So this is sabotage. So I'll get my focus.
Definitely. 5 successes, 1 complication, and then 1 success for Eli. That is definitely more than enough to cause Eli to be hurled across the engineering bay, just boom, just flying across like a stunt actor launched from an air cannon. You tumble to the ground. However, the baseball bat also goes flying, and it just skewers through a sophisticated piece of machinery next to the warp core.
Really get the
lights.
Oh, sorry.
The lights in the room go down. Red light glows.
You really get the blood pumping, Eli says as he starts getting up. Haven't had a workout like this in a while. You're really going to go full scorched earth to protect what little pride you have? Let's go.
As much as I would love to kill you right now, I've got somewhere else to be. And he starts running away.
You run away. The Inquisitors will be after you within a week.
We cut to the bridge of the USS Reliant, just staring at the ISS Reliant, listing in space, starting to leak plasma, as both its nacelles are just detached from the ship.
Kara looks around the bridge.
A catastrophic overload.
Kara looks around the bridge. I didn't do it.
We cut back to the hatchway leading back towards Chorog's shuttle. The crew has managed to reach it. A Terran officer comes around the corner with a broadsword.
Trog is directing traffic to him into the shuttle thing and sees this Terran with a rather large knife being brandished. This guy stops, chuckles to himself. That's not a knife. As he unsheaths the mek'leth from behind his back. That's a knife. You want some of this? Come get some.
The officer looks at his sword, looks at the mek'leth, looks at the Gnostican, which is clearly not a member of his crew, shrugs and runs off.
That's what I thought.
So the crew is able to...
Pokes her head out. Now would be a very good time to leave.
We're going. Keep your tail on.
The Reliant continues to list, and a countdown begins to be displayed on the screens.
Trog has made sure everyone else has boarded the shuttle. He sees the countdown initiate on a local panel and says, "Now is a very good time to leave. Let's go."
So they are able to get on board the shuttle and make a swift escape back towards the USS Reliant. Mirror Universe Chorog at this point.
Mirror Universe Chorog is having the time of his life. He's walking around, staring at the random fights, and if a Terran gets too close, he strangles them. Just for fun.
What is Mirror Universe Rick Tier doing?
He is booking it for a escape pod.
Okay. What is Mirror Universe Eli doing?
He's just casually walking after Rick Tier. His men with him that, just didn't even try to stop Rick Tier at the door, like they were there too.
The countdown timer proceeds. Getting close. You would know what the significance is. Rick Tier has 1 minute left before the Mirror Universe incursion drive activates, sending Reliant back to the Mirror Universe. Question, though, is who activated the drive?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't the baseball bat. That caused the nacelles to become detached.
I got my baseball bat before I continued on, by the way.
Wasn't Trog. He was busy strangling and stabbing people.
Indeed. So, Rick, you arrive at the escape pod. Do you wait for the countdown, or do you try to jettison yourself into the Prime Universe?
I'm jetting myself into the Prime Universe.
Okay. So, I will have Eli. I will spend all of my remaining threats. So I've got 4 threat. You must make a fitness security roll to try to reach Rick.
All right.
You need 2 successes, and you've got a complication range of 16. 1 success, 1 complication. You run and run.
Can I re-roll with... I don't know. Is there something...
Did you spend your point of determination yet?
I mean, Prime Eli did. Does Mirror Eli have his own?
Sure. Let's say you can spend that to re-roll your dice.
All right, I'm re-rolling that second one, and I got to use a value, right? That's how that works.
If one of your values applies, so
meticulous scrutiny and pride in his work.
I'm also going to say I'm going to have more fun, live crazier than anyone. And in the midst of chaos, there's also an opportunity. So multiple values apply.
All right,
you can re-roll that dice.
Fuck.
Same result. So you trip and fall right before you reach the escape pod hatch. Rick turns, waves, and grins and is fired off into space.
I grin right back at him.
Over at the Prime Universe Reliant, Kara's looking at the sensors. Ooh, a present! Someone get the tractor beam on that.
Bryce activates the tractor beam. The shuttle crew also arrives back on Reliant as the ISS Reliant transits, minus its nacelles, back to the Mirror Universe.
You know what? Grab the nacelles too. Why not?
Hey, we can make a Europa class.
I mean, salvage rights, right?
Or we can give it to the Reatherians and let them salvage it.
They're just going to stick it on Magellan and suddenly there's a warp-capable starbase.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So the shuttle crew arrives back on Reliant. Setsa just sort of topples out, kisses the deck plating of the USS Reliant.
The three rejects from the Terran universe ship kind of move out and kind of stand uncomfortably together.
Medical team arrives for the away team as they arrive back. The presence of the three prisoners or three refugees has also been relayed to the bridge and rest of the crew. So they are waiting. They're waiting for medical care if they are ready to accept it.
Kara is not ready to accept it and hisses when one of the nurses comes close.
Setsa says,
Oh, don't worry. I'll take care of this one, and we'll see to Captain Graves. I'm sure he's been worried.
Yeah, I mean, the captain's had an easy episode. He's been lounging in the sickbay this whole time.
I'm going to say he's now well enough to be lounging in his ready room. So Bryce approaches the crew and says, the away team, and says, "All right, you've done very well. Any of our new guests, if they desire medical treatment, that's available to them. Otherwise, they can be brought to the mess hall or guest quarters." Dr. O'Connor, Chorog, I believe the captain wishes to speak to you.
Alrighty.
How is the captain doing?
He is recovering well.
You must not keep him waiting.
So, as they pass through, Kara also gets a notification that the captain would also like to see her as well.
Kara looks down at the captain's chair, which she has occupied for only the second time ever on the Reliant, and sighs. What I do now?
The group arrives in the captain's ready room, where Captain Graves turns around from one chair and waves, while Captain Graves also waves from the other chair.
Well, it's happened.
The Graves in the Starfleet uniform says, and with the orange tattoo and not full goatee says, might I introduce Captain Marcus Graves, formerly of the Terran Empire. He has graciously decided that he would like to defect. Something about a crew on the edge of madness and looking for any opportunity to get away to a competent space program.
Right.
The other Graves just waves and says, "Yeah, sorry about everything, but, yeah, I really did not like being a captain for the Terran Empire. It is basically watching out for your back the whole time, people stabbing each other, war crimes, on top of war crimes, top of repression, that sort of thing. Most likely just gonna collapse at some point, but for me, I'd like just to be as far away as possible from that madness."
Hey, don't knock stabbing each other. It's how Chorog and I spend Saturday nights.
And besides, that crew of yours needs to learn how to shoot someone in the back.
Both Graves just blink.
What? It's on the holodeck.
What? It's fun.
The Prime Universe Grave says, "Well, also like to thank you for launching your impromptu rescue mission. It did complicate the transfer because Graves was also prepared to bring Setsa along with him, but yeah, I had a little anxious few moments where we're trying to track her down and found that she was part of your away team. Yeah, everything turned out well." The other Graves nods and says, "Yeah, brought along a few, well, reasonable people along with me. Yeah, just folks that I know could really do better with a different lifestyle."
Okay, then.
Graves just look at each other, look to the crew, and say, "Yeah," in almost unison.
Right. I'm gonna keep an eye on you. Other than that, I don't know what else to do.
Graves says, well, I'm still somewhat incapacitated, and I'm not going to give command of the USS Reliant to someone who's just defected to the Ten Empire. So, you can just take the rest of the shift if you want it.
Okay.
I mean, this is literally part of my job. You know what? Yeah, you've earned the honor of the chair. I'm gonna have drinks.
No,
Kara
yeah,
does
I mean,
a
you're
little
just
spin
on
and throws her arms up. Yay!
Prime Graves smiles and says, all right. So, with that, if everyone's all right, I will be on the horn with Starfleet Command, walking them through the situation, and we'll be on our way to Starbase Magellan to transfer off our newcomers from the Mirror Universe.
Trog, silently standing, watching all this go down, turns to Eli and says, I'm too sober for this. I'll be in the club.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Let's go, buddy. Nos tequila?
Venom.
Yeah,
Oh,
but don't you guys have tequila? No, you have rum. That's right.
Larissa, now that you're back, we've got a nice little gift in the tractor beam. Could you go down and make sure that it's met with a proper greeting party?
Wait, you got the escape pod?
Kara just grins.
Larissa grins, nods, and proceeds to take care of Mirror Universe Rick Tier.
Heavily armed security. That guy's dangerous.
So maximum security is brought in force with that. And with that, that is the conclusion of our major adventure here. So let us open the floor to any scenes people want to have before we close out for tonight.
Well, first off, the camera cuts back to the cargo, the cargo bay on the Magellan Starbase. Engineer Gas is walking by, stops, and looks over at a crate with a weird knife insignia on it. Huh. I don't remember this. Maybe it came out on the latest shipment. He marks the box to be looked at and heads off.
The the Mirror Universe MacGuffin device has now been marked for inspection.
It's funny, I was going to do something with that too.
Layer things on.
My other one I'd like to go last, so whoever wants to go.
Trog. Trog, having had a couple of drinks with Eli at the bar, decided to go visit the prisoner in the brig. Trog heads down to the brig and walks through the door and sees Mir Richter hanging out in the brig. He walks up to the force field and says, Hey, buddy, how's the arm?
The arm is doing, well, the one that works is doing just fine. Did you want to say something, or did you just want to gloat? Gloating I can respect.
I just wanted to tell you that I didn't mean you any harm. As Trog turns around and walks off, grinning to himself.
God damn it.
This is not, this is not the end, Chorog. You will see. You will all see!
Don't threaten me with a good time.
It was a little subtle. It took me a half second after he said it, but...
And
more arm puns.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if anyone else has anything too.
After Chorog leaves, Rick Tier, the prime Rick Tier, comes in and stares down and starts to have a bit of a discussion. And we'll leave the discussion vague for now, but there is a discussion being had.
Now is it my turn?
Yes.
Back somewhere across the mirror, a camera pans onto the window of a bridge. That bridge, kind of bridge specifically. There is a...
I was just going to say, for our audience, it's a crossfield bridge.
Camera slowly zooms onto whoever's in the captain's chair, just a armored man, sword at his side, not on his hip, but it's got a place for it. Very weird sheath, black hair. Mirror Eli exits the turbo lift behind him. You're not gonna believe it, big bro. Shit went to hell over there. Glad you were able to pick me up, though. The man in the captain's chair slowly turns his head. Your failure cost us the only way we could have got Dad back. Eli responds, Hey, look, listen, we'll find a way to get him back. We'll find not just Dad, we'll get the captain back. He knows what to do. I mean, he never trusted me, that's kind of your fault. Care what you say. Like the old Emperor, better. He at least wasn't torturing Father. I'm trying to do a good pitch in voices because it's hard to tell apart.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Okay, thank you. I need to cough. Hold on. My coughing's getting really bad. Shit, where was I?
The current Emperor torturing the Elder O'Connor. Bro, McManus.
Hey, he can handle it, big bro. Don't you have a mission you gotta do? You use this to get into the past, or... Yes, I can get into the past. Listen, spore drives, or my engineer will handle it. Where do you need to go? We left something back on the station, so I kinda gotta go grab that. I'm not sure what it is, but apparently it was important, and I don't want them Starfleet chumps finding it. How it is. Very well. Take us in, and with that, the camera zooms back out the window, and the ship disappears in spore.
Alright, Chorog, you got a scene?
Yeah, one last scene with Mir Chorog. Mir Chorog is nonchalantly walking among the many, many corpses of the dead crew from the riot. He manages to find his way back to his little lab and sees the purple-haired crewman still there, somewhat conscious. Walks over him, slightly bends over and says, "Oh, how lucky you are. It is feeding time for my lovely." As he grabs the crewman, who's in a complete daze at this point, drags him behind a screen, says, "My dear, it is feeding time."
Feed me, Seymour.
As he stuffs the crewman behind the screen of the boot, and all you hear at this point is crunching and muffled screaming. Oh, he does
Oddly
love
enough,
a fight.
So, because he has thrown the former emperor of the Terran Empire, an apparently unkillable man, what Chorog finds the next morning is a lot of dead plant.
Regardless of that, the camera pans to the brig on the near-disabled ISS Reliant, to a brig cell, to the floor, where black, unpainted metal slowly starts stretching across the floor. And as it reaches the force field emitters, they flick back on with flickering power, the force field glowing a sickly green glow.
Was that the last scene you wanted?
That was it.
I've got a scene for you. Once Kara is done from her shift, she returns to Shay's Ibby. Setsa has been recovered from the ISS Reliant, which is great. Setsa also says she has a surprise for Kara.
Kara has the, oh god no, plastic smile on her face as she goes to open the door.
Setsa is sitting on the bed, and there's a strange furry raptor bird mouse thing there as well.
The little alien just mouths, "Help me."
Setsa beams and says,
Hey, Kara, this is, Kara, from your universe. We've been watching the Prasadas Saga, the trilogy of the three laughing ghosts, just all the classic hip-hop comedy cinema.
Kara blinks, turns around, simply saying, "I'm not sober enough for this." Or rather, I'm too sober for this.
And walks out. And with that, I think it is finished.
In the Setsa voice.
Wrong voice, dude.
Indeed. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and we will be back next week with another episode with a special guest, Ambassador Kale. So stay tuned for that special return of Commander Karn and Lieutenant Tardigrade.